So I'm going to be preparing to do the urogenital system. So the pig that we have right here is a female, and I can tell through the external just by looking at it without having to do any dissection, because what you see right here, this is called the urogenital papillae, which is more or less the equivalent to the vaginal opening. This right here, that's the anus. And then what you don't see here, a male would have scrotal sacs right there. Okay? And then the other thing that a male would have right above the umbilical cord would be the urethral opening. They would not necessarily have a penis, but they'd have like it's kind of like a gland underneath of that. So you can pause. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do, so what I just did was I cut through the muscle layers so that I could open up so I can more clearly see. This is the abdominal cavity. So right here is where its ribs are. This is the xiphoid process. That's the little indentation at the bottom of your ribs. And then what we're going to be focused on here is the lower abdominal region. So in order to get into the lower abdominal region, I'm going to use my scissors. And I'm going to put a little snip right above the umbilical cord. And then I'm going to cut kind of like a V shape along this line right here. Cut through the umbilical. There's a vein, an umbilical vein as I cut through there. And then I'm opening up the abdominal cavity. And clearly, as I open this up, I can see these are its intestines. Okay. So the first thing I want to do, I need to suck up some of the preservative. Okay. So as I'm here, I'm going to use my forceps right here. This right here, that is the fallopian tube. And then this right there is the ovary. And then there's the other fallopian tube and the ovary. And then if I reach down into here, this is like, it's right now just called the uterine horn. It's very small. It doesn't have like a very large sac like what we would expect the uterus to look like. But basically down there, that's the uterus. Gabe, you're in my lung. Okay. So, is it resumed?
Yep.
All right. So with a clear view, this is the fallopian tube. That's the ovary right there. There's the other ovary right there. And this is the fallopian tube. So this is where the eggs come from. And then the eggs pass down through here. And then the new baby pigs will grow inside of this. Okay. Now, this right here, that is its bladder. That's what's going to hold its urine. And then the pee, and then the pee is going to go out. And then these right here, these are called the ureters. Mm-hmm. That's where urine travels. And if I trace that ureter up, dry this up a little bit more so I can see down. And then I'm going to need to use my dissecting needle to peel away some stuff right here. I can see right back here, that is the ureter right there again. Going in. I'm going to move away. This stuff that I'm clearing away, it's called mesentery. It's like a type of, it's in the same system as your skin, but it's like a protective layer over each of the different organs. So if I pull that away, there is the kidney. Yep, that's called the kidney. The kidney is the part of the body that actually filters the blood and creates urine. So again, if I kind of dry this out, I can see some of the tubes that are coming from the kidney. So again, I have this right here. If I keep following that along, under here. That's the ureter, and then that's the kidney. So the ureter is what the draws the urine out of the kidney and then delivers it to the bladder right here. Okay. And if I move this out of the way and I can look on to the bottom, again, I got to clear away some of this mesentery. I can see the underside. So again, that's basically the uterus, and then the urethra is going to be right there, kind of running in parallel to it right there. That's what's going to like drain the bladder. So she's going to go out her rear is where the urine is going to flow, unlike the male who will deliver its urine out the front, out on its belly side. Okay, so that is the urogenital system. Let's hit stop.